ready? Fight!
All right. Ighor Horta in the blue. Zack Schneider in the red. Horta on bottom, Schneider on top, looking to get aggressive right off the bat. Horta elected this position. Horta went down. You guys did not miss a takedown. Horta sat here. Schneider saying that's just, boy, Schneider's fast. Horta better get his hands on this guy, slow him down a little bit. Two frogs in a sock here. Ighor Horta, Brazilian top team. Zack Schneider, of course, representing Warrior Camp. All Northwest matchup here. Schneider won in the last submission underground in 29 seconds. A very quick, it was an ankle lock attack. 2019 IBJJF Championship, of course, going to Ighor Horta. Schneider on top, Horta on the bottom. Schneider trying to settle this position as quick as Schneider is. I have to wonder if he's being best served here. When you have the ability to put a pace on somebody like Zack Schneider has, do you want to use that weapon, or do you want to try to settle in and get a finish? There's no wrong answer. But I'm sharing with you that that becomes the question. I'm not a huge tattoo guy, but that's pretty good artwork right there on Horta, I must say. Oh, Schneider looks to clear all the way. Now Schneider's thinking about going below the knee. This is where we saw Schneider do some fine work. 1 month ago, Schneider went below the knee and was done with the contest in less than 30 seconds. Schneider's going below the knee again. He doesn't have this yet. I don't know if he's thinking armbar or if he's going to transition to a footlock. Now, anytime you try to play footsies, you're giving your opponent the same option. Right? You're seeing Horta now. Horta says, oh, you're going for my foot. That must mean yours is within reach. A big belief by Warren Brooks, who's as good as anybody to ever do leg attacks. You can find him at BJJ Fanatics right now, see what the hype is all about. But a big piece of Warren Brooks would always be, when you go for your opponent's leg, make sure that you're giving him yours. Schneider on top. Schneider thinking about clearing that. He was thinking about putting some pressure down with his toes and foot. And the fact that he elected to not do it tells me Horta's got him pretty tight right there. Horta's got him locked down. Schneider trying to fake just a little bit there. Schneider coming underneath. Schneider coming underneath. He's thinking heel hook. That's a big problem for anybody. Heel hooks are devastating technique. Schneider's doing a good job. He's doing a very good job. Notice where he is. Even though it looks like he's on bottom, he could be on top anytime he wants to from that position. When you have your opponent doing the splits and he has no weight on the ground, you now have the option to sweep anytime that you want. Horta's keeping up with him here. I think that Horta is surprised by the speed of Zack Schneider. I don't think Horta knew that he was going to have a pace and a speed like this. Zack is flat fast. Period. Zack coming back to that ankle. This is the same position, straight ankle lock. That is what he finished with at the last submission underground. Horta trying to act as though that's not bothering him. And look, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Most of us, right? I mean, you don't know. How do you know if you got good flexible ankles until somebody starts pulling on them and trying to stretch them? The Horta's like Vinny Magliesh, and his legs just go all sorts of positions, but his heel won't. His ACL won't. Schneider went for it there. I don't think he's going to have time in this regulation. Schneider really like a pit bull, though. When he gets to your foot, he's got bad intentions. Ighor Horta will survive. Brazilian top team taking on Warrior Camp, all Northwest attraction right here. Flip of the coin. Masterful flip, Dave Hagen. Masterful flip. Comes up red. Schneider's choice. Schneider has deferred. Horta can take a back or a neck.
You want so defense. Defense. Oh, you want. You have to go first. What position you want?
Yes, Schneider has deferred, which means Horta will go first. He gets his choice. He's going to choose the back.
Lean forward just a little bit. We're both ready. Go!
Boy, Horta's tight there. When he got those hands, he hasn't moved. He's going to get under the chin. Zack is looking. Notice how Zack is looking. He's turning his head with it. That's very good for about 3 inches, and then it works against you. When you see a guy turning his head as a way of defending, that is a very short-term fix. Horta trying to come under the chin. Schneider withstood the storm. Schneider comes out, breaking the action, and now it's Zack's turn. Schneider takes the back.
Ready? Go!
Horta not breathing very hard. I gotta give a compliment to Horta's conditioning here. He is most certainly prepared. All right, Zack's got this tight. Notice the body triangle. That's only half the solution here, but he's got half of it done perfectly. Horta's not going to escape those hips anytime soon. Zack's going to have to get a little fatigued and loosen his lock. Zack trying to come under the chin. Horta looking with it. Zack's going for the opposite side. That's a bluff. If Zack meant it, he would have changed his hips. He didn't, so he's going to be attacking to the left side. It's the only side he can attack. Guys bring those arms in to try to fool your head. Your detective work's got to be saying, well, what's he doing down below? Zack transition here as though he's going to go for an arm bar, which is within the rules. You are releasing the hips, so it's open for interpretation by the referee. I think Zack has thought twice and realized, no, I need to get a few more seconds off the clock here. Horta's starting to rotate. Horta's going to need to continue to come to the left and then make a very dramatic motion to the right. All right, now Zack changed sides. That means he can change arms. Now Zack's right arm all of a sudden is in play. The left arm is now irrelevant. He's switched hips. Horta's in a prime position for an explosive motion to his left. If he were to explode to his left, he could come out on top of this. Schneider's just holding on. This is no longer a submission. This is now a bluff. Schneider is just holding on. How long is the referee going to give me? I don't think Horta saw that. I don't think Horta capitalized on that, and now Schneider's back in the driver's seat here with a body triangle. Horta, one big motion and he's out. Schneider is just hanging. How long is the ref going to give me is what Schneider's doing there. And the bluff worked. He grabbed himself another 18 to 20 seconds there.
Both ready? Go!
Talk of Gable Steveson versus Jack Hager. Jake Hager. Jack Swagger was his pro wrestling name. Talk of that for Submission Underground, and I'll just tell you, I'm not following up on it until I hear from Gable. I know Gable, and he knows how to get a hold of it. I think he's having fun, and he's got the right to. Coming off an Olympic championship, the hottest topics in all of sport is what will Gable Steveson do next. All right, Schneider survives. Schneider's going to return to the back. Schneider with a meaningful time advantage. I have no watch in front of me, but he's got about a 40-second advantage.
Both ready?
By my unofficial clock going off in my head right here. Schneider on the back, thinking body triangle. Notice where Schneider's right leg is. See how it's in between there? That's an opportunity. That's a good job by Horta. Now Horta trying to pin it and keep it there with his own heel. It's not a great lock. Schneider likely to get control of that leg back and bring it to the outside. But as long as it's inside, Horta does have a better position than he does now. See how Schneider's taking it to the outside? And then ultimately, as Schneider would put the bend of his foot in the crux of the knee of his opponent. But all Schneider has to do is just fall in with his hips. Horta could get out here. He's going to need, again, it's got to be a drastic turn. It's got to be a drastic turn to his left. Get his back on the mat and get chest to chest with Schneider. Schneider's just doing a good job of following him. Schneider is very composed. Boy, Schneider squeezing tight there, but he was never under the chin. Before you put that energy into it, Schneider got to make sure you know where your forearm's at. Schneider is very, look at Schneider. As I watch Schneider, I'm trying to think of other people to compete with him. Who would give this guy problems? You got to be in shape, you got to know the sport, you got to be lightning quick. Horta's comfortable here. He's doing a great job with defense. When I give you my critique that he needs an explosive movement, I'm right. But that explosive movement is just to free his hips. As far as the upper body, controlling hands, protecting his neck and chin, he's doing perfect. Schneider's already off to the side here. He's going back to what I'm calling the bluff. He realizes he's not going to hold his opponent, but he's going to squeeze and get as many seconds as he can. He's tactical.
Armbar, which one? Which one? Which one?
All right, Horta said I want an armbar. Referee said which one? Horta said I don't care. He shook his head and said the word either. Okay. Well, how about the left one, Schneider says, and here we are. Notice how Horta comes underneath. Horta's coming underneath that leg with that entanglement, really just slows Schneider down. Hey, I want to work on your arm. I've made that clear. But now I need you to sit here for a moment so I can go to work on the arm. That's what this entanglement can be very helpful with. Schneider is out. Horta certainly must know what we know, which is he needs a submission. Schneider has a meaningful advantage with time, and he's about to get some more seconds right now. Schneider on the back. Horta's defenses are spot on. His explosive motions is something that he's going to watch this tape and want to work on. Schneider's smart. See how he holds that and freezes the position, and then he realizes, okay, let's let go and see if we can advance it a little bit. All right, let's freeze the position. Guys, remember, but Amanda Lowen in her last title defense won it by 6 seconds. Each one of those seconds on top counts. They matter. Our official timekeeper tallying it up, telling Kevin Keeney what I'm pretty sure I already know. Kevin, am I right? Did Zack Schneider win?
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, due to escaping in the least amount of total time in the overtime rounds, out of the red corner, Zack Schneider!
Ready for the main card. Ready for the main card.
All right.